Hi there folks, Matt Hayson with this week's Market Wrap. Plenty going on in the property market. As we've been reporting, there's been fewer properties coming online this year, fewer properties going under the hammer for auction, and as a result, fewer properties have actually been selling, going through the pipeline. However, what we've seen over the last 10 days, a lot more property coming online as sellers have tried to identify a sale before the Easter holiday break. Any property coming online this weekend will be auctioned somewhere around April 13, which is shaping up to be the biggest auction weekend for 2019. Now, every media outlet has been reporting this week about where does this property downturn sit historically. Now, here's what we know. Nationally, prices have fallen faster than they did during the GFC. This is also the third largest property price decline the country has recorded since records were kept. We're also now 16 months into this price decline, making it the second longest in history. And also, the last time so many capital cities recorded a price decline was back in 2011. Now, turning our attention across into Sydney, it's been a far more brutal market, down by 13.2%, making it the longest and largest price decline since records were kept. But spare a thought for our friends over in Perth. Their market has been in decline since 2014, and unfortunately Darwin has taken the mantle. Their property prices are down by 27%. Now, Cameron Cusher, who's a chief analyst over at CoreLogic and a fantastic person to follow on Twitter, his handle is coming up on our video right now, their modelling is suggesting that prices are still continuing to ease, but will slow up through the back end of this year and into 2020. Now, let's consider everything that we've just heard right now is the impact of the property downturn. Now, with every impact, there's of course going to be a reaction. Now, here's what we're seeing. There's mounting pressure on the RBA to reduce interest rates. Some are even suggesting it could be as early as next month, but most are suggesting it will be down by 50 basis points by January 2020. Also, the head of the RBA, Dr. Philip Lowe, has come out and suggested to banks, or urged banks, that they need to loosen up credit. And he said that banks need to be able to take that credit risk and be able to manage that risk. Now, that may have filtered through into some of the banks this week. ANZ bringing out a new product to woo back investors with an interest-only loan for 10 years with only a 10% deposit down. Now, the chief executive at ANZ, Shane Elliott, has come out and said that they have been overly cautious with their lending. Now, potentially this narrative will spill through or ripple through into the other banks, which will be good news for some consumers out there. Now, down at ground level, we're seeing a better mood amongst the buyer pool. There is no doubt about it. Better numbers through our open homes, more offers coming through, and as a result, the number of properties selling through the pipeline is starting to build up. Now, we would put that down specifically though, sellers are far more realistic around what's going on in the market right now. They're hearing the feedback from the market and also their agents selling their property, and if they want to get a sale, they need to reduce their prices. Now, what we would suggest in the markets that we're servicing, we might not be right at the bottom, but we're certainly very near it. But what it feels like is we are moving into a period of sustained stability, which is good news for both buyers and sellers, or anybody looking to make a move over the course of the next 12 months. Now, that leads us into this weekend, folks. As I mentioned, we've got some amazing properties going under the hammer, also some beautiful properties coming online, and our entire team looks forward to seeing you out and about. Don't forget to vote this weekend as well, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for watching.